cousin of Mary, was told in her old age by God that she was going to have a baby that would help Jesus work in the world.
My name is Elizabeth. I am Mary's cousin and friend. I want to tell you her story. One day, Mary came to my house to tell me she was going to have a special baby. She told me the whole story about how she found out and what happened. Before Jesus was born, I had a baby. My baby's name is John. John and Jesus are cousins. When they grow up, they help each other to do God's work. Now, here's the way it began.
Let us hear the recorded deeds of God and how God acted to save the people.
In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. The earth was a formless void, and darkness covered the face of the deep. And the Spirit of God swept over the face of the waters.
You created humankind in your image and blessed us with the ability to love and trust and to choose between right and wrong. You made us stewards of your creation.
But we turned against you and betrayed your trust, and we turned against one another.
And the Lord said to Adam, and the Lord said to Abraham, and the Lord said to Isaac, and the Lord said to Jacob, and the Lord spoke to each of these leaders, calling them back to God.
But we turned against you and betrayed your trust, and we turned against one another. Have mercy, Lord, for we are sinners in your sight.
Rend your hearts and not your clothing. Return to the Lord your God. For God is gracious and merciful, slow to anger, and abounding in steadfast love.
But when the fullness of time had come, you sent your Son, born of woman, to fulfill your law, to open for us the way of freedom and peace.
For unto us a child is born, to us a son is given, and the government will be upon his shoulder, and his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace.
God chose a young woman, Mary, to bear the child. Though she was betrothed to Joseph, the angel of the Lord, Gabriel, told her,
Do not be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. And now you will conceive and bear a son, and you shall name him Jesus. And of his kingdom there will be no end.
And Mary said to the angel,
Here I am, the servant of the Lord. Let it be with me according to your word.
Joseph was engaged to Mary, but when he heard the news of her pregnancy, he was saddened and confused. He did not know what to do, but God did. An angel appeared to Joseph in his dreams.
Joseph, God wants you to take Mary as your wife. She is carrying God's child. He wants you to take care of her. You will call him Jesus.
Joseph woke and ran to Mary's house and told her of his dream. They were both happy and praised God together. And in those days, a decree went out from Emperor Augustus.
I hereby decree that all must return to their own towns to be registered. You must pay your taxes.
And all went to their own towns to be registered. And Joseph also went up from the town Nazareth in Galilee in Judea to the city of David called Bethlehem, because he was descended from the house and family of David, to be registered with Mary, to whom he was engaged, who was expecting a child.
Bethlehem, you are one of the smallest towns in Judea, but from you shall come forth a ruler of Israel.
Do you have room for us in your inn?
Yes, I have room for us in your inn.
Yes, I do have room for you in my end.
Do you have room for us in your inn?
Yes, come on in.
Do you have room for us in your inn?
No, sorry, I have no more room.
Do you have room for us in your inn?
No, I don't have any more room.
Do you have room for us in your inn?
I am sorry, I have no more room, but you may stay in my stable.
And while they were there, the time came for Mary to deliver her child. And she gave birth to her firstborn son, and wrapped him in bands of cloth, and laid him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. In that region, there were some shepherds living in the fields, keeping watch over their flock by night. And an angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were filled with fear. But the angel said to them,
Do not be afraid, for behold, I am bringing you good news of great joy for all the people. To you is born this day in the city of David a Savior, who is Christ the Lord.
And they were told to go find the babe, wrapped in bands of cloth, and lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angel a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and saying, wise men followed the same star they had seen in the east. It went ahead of them until it stopped over the place where the child was. He is the image of God whom we cannot see, the firstborn of all creation, for in him all the fullness of God was pleased to dwell.